Okay, so we've removed our officers from field duty until such time as we can conduct an administrative review of what happened last night. This was an operation that was run by the Connecticut State Police statewide urban violence task force. So, you know, any really further comment is going to have to come through the Connecticut State Police.
Was the woman involved in the shooting as well, the woman in the car, was she being investigated for possibly selling illegal guns?
So there was an operation going on. It culminated in the parking lot there on Boston Avenue, and I'm really not at liberty to say what the nature of the investigation was. But we can get that through the Connecticut State Police.
Can you say whether they were being investigated, though, those two in the car?
They were subjects of the investigation, yes.
Now, one of the points that was raised in the meeting by Mayor Finch was that this task force has been successful at doing what it's doing, though there is some suspicion among some people out there whenever there's a situation involving a police officer having to shoot someone. How do you curb that?
I think you have to build trust in the community in advance of something like this happening. You know, we have a very tough job. Our officers have a very tough job, and this particular task force has been extremely successful in taking guns off the street. I believe the number's over 50 this year, guns off the street since the beginning of this year. And they've been extremely successful in doing that without any harm done to anyone. So, you know, we try to build up this goodwill in advance of something like this happening, because we want people to trust the fact that, you know, our police officers are going to do the right thing. They're there to protect the public, and essentially what they were doing last night was protecting the public from bad actors.
Does this compromise that perception?
I don't think so. You know, people understand that, you know, the nature of the job is going to bring us into these situations where the officer is going to have to determine whether or not to use deadly force. And in this particular situation, that choice was made. And I know that the community respects that. They give us the authority to do that. They give us the legitimacy to do that. We take that authority and legitimacy, that responsibility very seriously. And I would be hopeful that the public understands that, you know, it's a last resort, and it's done in the name of protecting the public.
Chief, you told a story yesterday about you know, these are the guys that the mothers who don't know what to do with their kids and are afraid they have the guns. Mothers are calling members of this task force looking for them.
So you know, this task force really focuses on the younger group of folks, the younger group of people, the groups, the gangs, and they reach out to these players, you know, in a non-confrontational way too. And they have relationships with the families, they have relationships with the mothers, and they have relationships with these kids. And you know, you don't hear about the situations when someone's talked out of a gang lifestyle without any arrests being made. And so these people really care truly about the community and about the effect that these groups and gangs have on the community and on the individuals as well.
Do we know the current condition of the woman involved in the shooting?
Stable.
Okay, stable, and she's still at St. Vincent's? And they have not been identified yet?
Again, that's
right.
The state
CSB, yeah.
Are you identifying the police officers who have been put on the administrative?
Not at this juncture.
No, I don't think that's come out yet either.
I saw the release from, not at this
Well,
point.
we're going to take the CSP's lead on that.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Enjoy your holiday.